So for 10 seconds, oh man. Hi folks, welcome to Park Plus, your car app. Now you don't see me often starting my review from the back seat of a car, but this is no ordinary car. This is BMW i7, the electric flagship, and this is the experience that owners actually want. Right from this boss seat, you have theater screen here, you have a complete lounge setup, so quite inevitable for me to start my experience right from this seat. But i7 bas itna hi nahi hai. There's a lot more to this car and I'm going to show you all of that in detail right in this review. So stay tuned till the end. I'm Shubham Parasha. You're watching Park Plus, your car app. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you stay notified, and head to the Park Plus app for all the updates in the Indian car bazaar. चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं. तो चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं डिज़ाइन के साथ. Now to few this may look a bit polarizing, but to many this looks quite futuristic, just like it looks to me. And if the sheer size of the i7 doesn't boggle your mind, it has got plenty elements to attract eyeballs wherever you take it. For instance, you have got this tall grille right here integrated nicely on the bumper, and this comes with illuminated outline, so looks very cool in the night when it's lit. और ये जो DRLs है, यहाँ पर आपको dazzling effect भी मिलता है. Quite nice and quite nice gimmick to have. Split headlight setup, you get here BMW LED headlights that are neatly integrated in the bumper, and a very nice amount of contrast on the face in terms of piano black finish. So quite a sporty design in those terms. Again, technical elements like आपके पास यहाँ पर air ducts मिलते हैं in the air dam and on the side to keep the battery cool. And talking about the size, 5,391 millimeters long with a wheelbase of 3,215 millimeters. So quite a behemoth of a sedan this is. But what I really like that the design is very flush, not too busy. बहुत ज़्यादा character lines आपको देखने के लिए नहीं मिलते. And neatly integrated elements like these door handles here. What you'll love are these 21-inch alloy wheels. Quite sporty to look at. Not typical aero design, but goes really well with the profile of the car. Now at the rear, the BMW i7 looks very sleek and not overly humongous. Don't get me wrong, it is a pretty wide car at 1,950 millimeters, but the design looks very sleek and I quite like it. It's very elegant to look at. Now it's not very busy at the same time, just like the profile. ये जो tail lights हैं काफी sleek इनके design है and comes with its own lightning effect. So again, very cool when lit. And even it has got just the right amount of contrast on the bumper in terms of piano black finish and dash of chrome, just like we see in the front end of the car.
Well, these were the major design highlights, but a close glance will also help you notice welcome lights and sensors all around. But what are these for?
Hey BMW, close the rear left door.
Sure, I will close the door.
You saw that? So it's a flagship and you get all the features you can expect in a flagship. जैसे ये डोर वॉइस असिस्टेंट के साथ क्लोज हो सकती है और इसको क्लोज करने के कितने सारे फंक्शंस हैं वो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. So you have a button here. You just press it and it will open, and you can press the same button to close it back. Obviously you don't want to stretch when you own a BMW i7. Then आपके पास नॉर्मल ये बटन मिलते हैं डोर ओपन करने के लिए. Just a gentle push and it will open just the way you want. And what I really like that you also have these manual handles here. So just in case if something goes wrong with the electronics, you can use these manual handles to close and open the doors as well. Uske baad obviously these comes with soft close function, and you just need to push it gently and the door will close automatically when you exit the car. So yes, features doors में आपको बहुत सारे मिलते हैं. And speaking of creature comforts and features, there's lots and lots to show. For instance, let me close the door first. This 31-inch theater screen जिसको मैं यहाँ इस 5.5-inch screen से बहुत आराम से ऑपरेट कर सकता हूँ. So here it goes, and it isolates me from the world outside. This is my personal entertainment space, and it comes with all the connectivity options you can imagine. So यहाँ पर Fire Stick आप connect कर सकते हैं. You can connect your Bluetooth devices and your HDMI devices as well. So PlayStation अगर आप यहाँ पर खेलना चाहते हैं, you have that option. You have Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, YouTube, everything you can watch on this screen. So yes, quite a fun space in all those terms. And obviously the magnum opus remains this boss seat. Again, just with a touch on this screen, I can easily activate the lounge mode and just see the drill happening. And the front passenger seat is all the way forward, and I am going to lounge in now. What a space this is.
Well, over these exclusive fancy features, the i7 doesn't miss out on any standard business class features as well.
In terms of other features, I have a wireless charger right here. So पीछे भी ये wireless charging मिलती है. Cup holders again, these pop out cup holders, and you have space in the central console, and I have a remote again to operate this screen. So yes, you have multiple controls for the screen as well. 2 Type-C charging ports right here. And man, this is a space where honestly, if you'd be owning an i7, you would barely want to leave this very seat. But let me fold it back. Even when when you have other passengers around, when the front seat is also occupied, you are not going to complain with the knee room or leg room, because this space remains cavernous and very premium, very opulent. Further adding to the sense of space is this glass roof, which comes with its own lighting treatment. So in the night, again, looks very beautiful. And you have 4-zone climate control. You have massage seats, massage function for these seats, obviously ventilated seats. So BMW has left no stone unturned in keeping this space comfortable and opulent to its very much core.
I agree that the rear space is very tempting, but the front too has plenty to lure.
So one-touch door open and close, soft closing function, gesture control, voice assistant for door close. These features come with all the doors, not just the rear doors. And after that, in terms of features, it is loaded to the brim. But let's have a look at the cabin first, because this is done very tastefully, and I love the crystal elements you see here on the dash, on doors, and even on the central console. काफ़ी neatly इसकी execution है. And the ambient lighting system, it comes with 15 ambient lighting system, and every single light, it has its own kind of graphics to it. So again, at the night, really it gives you that vibe and accentuates the overall feel of the car. And in terms of materials that's been used, the wood inlays you see on the dashboard, on the central console, the piano black finish, the chrome elements, the satin elements, these are done very neatly and very nicely. In fact, the crystal treatment on the levers here, on these knobs to adjust the seat, again, the execution is what gives you that premium car appeal and tells you that this is a brand that owns Rolls-Royce. In fact, you see slight inspiration as well. In terms of comfort, the seats are multiple adjustable. Obviously, all seats come with massage function, ventilated function, so these are cooled and heated seats. And more than that, these seats snug you really well. Very good cushioning you have here, in terms of feel and appeal, top of the line. And in terms of overall comfort, when you're driving, when you're cornering hard, these will again hold you so that you don't move too much. So again, in terms of comfort, it's hard to beat. And in terms of execution, attention to detail, again, it's top notch. And you have some very interesting tech, like when you open the door here, and if there's traffic approaching, doors will warn you that to be careful and there's traffic coming, so that you can see in case of a blind spot, it is there in your line of sight. After that, when you are turning the car and if there's a vehicle approaching, you'll get that warning again on the door here. So that is a very interesting and creative way of blind spot monitor. We have seen that here as well. And in terms of overall layout, the contours on the dash, the curved display setup which we have seen on all the BMW cars, again even in the i7, looks very beautiful. 14.9-inch touchscreen I have right here, 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. It comes with all the features. You have climate control options, you have an entire climate menu here. Now you'll need to resort to the climate menu for every single setting. That is something what I really don't like. So even for smallest of changes, like you can adjust temperature right from here, you have one access for that, but for every other thing it's a two-way process. On the 12.3-inch screen, what I really like that you have a proper navigation instruction display, and you can just not miss a turn if you are using BMW's navigation system and not Google Maps. So it will show you all the direction and it will give you a view of the road ahead. Obviously you get the same thing on the HUD on the head-up display as well, but this makes it look even more intuitive. Something which I really don't like is that even for regen function, you don't have that on paddle shifters. You'll have to adjust it with these my mode system. So again, it's a two-way process. आपको screen पे जाके वो adjustment करनी होगी. I would have liked it to have it here, but this is by the way not a paddle shifter. ये boost mode है जिसकी बात हम drive के time पे करने वाले हैं, and this is what makes this car even more fun behind the wheel. How? We'll show you later in the video. In terms of design elements, काफ़ी अच्छी है, and I like the design of these cup holders as well. Square design. These again are cooled and heated cup holders. Seriously, BMW, they have done everything which is possible to make this car feel just segment above, and after that, even that reflects on the features you get here. So let's have a look at that.
Well, the list is exhaustive. 18-speaker Bowers and Wilkins sound system with integrated headrest speakers, air suspension, level 2 ADAS like autonomous braking to avoid collision, lane keep assist, cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control जहां आपकी गाड़ी की set speed सामने की गाड़ी की speed से adjust होती है, and what not. The entire list is right here. Well, if that doesn't impress you enough, the i7 has a pretty cool trick up its sleeve.
Parallel park assist तो हमने सभी गाड़ियों में देख रखा है, but this comes with a feature where you can record your daily parking route and the car will park the car all by itself. Just see. So I am not at all in control. The car is steering by all itself. It's accelerating itself. It will brake on it itself as well. And ये जो पूरी रूट है आपको यहाँ स्क्रीन में दिख रही है यहाँ पर. So मैं आराम से यहाँ बैठा हुआ हूँ. The car is doing its work very slowly. Just see. Completely off the steering wheel, off the pedals. And now it's reversing. Quite a useful feature, right? It has marked its point, exactly given its dimensions, and here it stops and engages itself in park.
Autonomous parking feature definitely makes your life easy, and further making it easier on the unpredictable Indian roads is the 20mm lift you get from the air suspension. नहीं तो with just 136mm of standard ground clearance आपकी गाड़ी scrape होती ही रहेगी. Which also reminds me that i7 में आपको 500 liters का boot space मिलता है along with more storage under its floor. But no spare wheel on offer, not even a space saver. And that can make your life difficult if something goes wrong with the tires on expressways or isolated highways, where finding puncture wallas is a nightmare. I mean, come on, why would you not give even a space saver at least? खैर, ये परेशानी आमतौर पे आपके शोफर को होगी because you will be finding yourself on the rear seat mostly.
Now, on a longer go, there are few cars that can match the kind of status and the kind of comfort, the kind of experience the BMW i7 offers. Because अगर आप हाईवे पे लंबी दूरी तय कर रहे हैं, then you would love to be in this position. I am very comfortable, you know. I am literally sitting in a lounge. I have a theater screen right in front of me. I can watch whatever I want and I can have a good time. In fact, the view around me is so good because the glass house area is nice. I have a beautiful glass roof here, so I can have that beautiful look of the sky. But just these basics and जो सबसे ज़्यादा matter करते हैं is that air suspension is what this car rides on. And जो cushioning है उसकी वो इतनी supple है, इतनी soft है that it offers one of the best ride quality in its segment. Yes, you know, we are doing around lower triple digit speeds and जितने भी undulations आ रहे हैं, छोटे मोटे breakers आ रहे हैं, it just soaks them like anything. Nothing is filtering inside the cabin, and this cabin isolates you from the world outside. It's very silent, and obviously engine noise तो है नहीं, but road noise are well taken care of. Yes, एक चीज़ जो आपको थोड़ी बहुत महसूस होगी वो ये है कि थोड़े वर्टिकल मूवमेंट्स आपको लगेंगे बिकॉज अगेन दिस इज़ अ हैवी कार. 2600 किलो से ऊपर इसकी वेट है एंड मोर ऑफ दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द बैटरी पैक विच इज असेंबल्ड इनसाइड द फ्लोर. सो यू हैव दैट हेफ्ट देयर. सो थोड़ी बहुत वर्टिकल मूवमेंट्स होती है बट अगेन यू डोंट फील देम वेरी शार्प. सो as far as comfort and ride quality goes, this is the space you want to be in if you're spending such an amount of money.
The rear seat is addictive, but driver seat के भी मजे कुछ कम नहीं है.
And behind the wheel of the BMW i7 now, और इसके performance के ड्राइविंग बिहेवियर के बारे में बात करने से पहले एक नज़र डालते हैं इसके आंकड़ों पे, I mean स्पेसिफिकेशंस पे. सो 101.7 किलोवाट आवर की बैटरी है जो आपको रेंज जैसा हमने बताया देती है लगभग 591 किलोमीटर्स टू 625 किलोमीटर्स, जो WLTP साइकिल के हिसाब से क्लेम्ड रेंज है. जो इसमें इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर्स हैं आपको आगे और पीछे दोनों मिलते हैं. एक्साइटेड सिंक्रोनस इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर्स हैं एज BMW calls it, and it belts out around 537 brake horsepower and 745 Newton meters of peak torque. So yes, that is close to performance car figures. Now, how all that translates on the road experience की अगर मैं बात करूँ, so 0 to 100 for this X-Drive variant, ये जो claimed figure है that is 4.7 seconds. Yeah, in 4.7 seconds it clocks triple digit speeds. And जो इसकी M70 performance oriented version है जो global markets में sale है, that does it in 3.9 seconds. That's seriously performance car figure. But how all that feels in real world when you're driving it on Indian road? So behind the wheel, as long as I'm in efficient mode, I am very comfortable, I am cruising very happily and I am getting the maximum range. So real world में efficient mode में if you're not hypermiling, if you're not pushing it too hard और आप आराम से normally चला रहे हो, 400 kilometers is what you can easily get on a full charge from this battery. And mind you, I am doing good speed. I am doing around 105 kilometers per hour. So yes, normal speed I am cruising very easily and performance is very satisfying. It is not underpowered, it feels very settled on the road, and it's not intimidating at the same time. काफ़ी serene से इसका performance है. Even all passengers will be quite comfortable. But switch to personal, थोड़ी सी range वहाँ पर compromise हो जाती है, but you can carry more speed and again even then everything feels comfortable. Overtaking efficient में भी ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं थी. Personal पे it gets slightly easier. Now जो fun part है, the real fun part comes when you switch to sports. यहाँ पर सीट में आपको एक थोड़ी सी cushioning feel होगी because this is the performance that you get when you shift to sports. इससे भी ज़्यादा, like I literally clocked 180 kilometers per hour and I didn't even feel it. So sports with the performance gets very engaging. Yes, what I really like that in electric cars, the low end torque, the torque is so much that whenever you push it in sports mode, you feel that jolt in your face. Here in BMW i7, it's so smooth. The delivery is so linear and smooth that you don't feel that jolt. कोई भी झटका आपको यहाँ पर नहीं लगता. And it's not intimidating. The car feels in control. But if you want that serious fun, you know, that thrill, it has got boost mode. So for 10 seconds, oh man, this thing feels like a rocket, and everything, all of the power, it is at your disposal. Man, it can carry serious speed, and on Indian roads, please abide by the speed limits, guys. Because, oh man, so boost mode with 10 second ke liye, you know, it's when you can clock. I think I can do 0 to 100, you know, in well within 4.7 seconds. The claimed figure in boost mode. The performance is blistering. You know, it just feels like जो नॉस, आपने अगर धूम देखा होगा, हायाबुसा में आपने देखा होगा, नॉस किक करते ही the bike used to fly like a rocket. Even same experience you have in the i7 the moment you switch to boost mode. So yes, behind the wheel, it's so fun and so engaging. But range, I think I've dropped 50 kilometers while experimenting the sport and boost mode. So let me go back to efficient mode. Man, yes, 4%. इतने देर में, like within 2 or 3 minutes, 4% range इसकी कम हो चुकी है. So yes, if you want to cruise happily, if you want to, you know, do decent speed, the i7 will definitely do that and will keep you, your family very comfortable, all the occupants. And if you want a bit of the thrill when you are behind the wheel, you have all the aids and all the modes to do that. And happy to report, it has got that genes of a BMW, and that's substantiated by the handling, because, you know, this is electric power steering, but feels very, very reassuring when you are, you know, cornering, when you're around a corner, when you're making frequent lane changes. It has got rear wheel steering as well, so इसको park करने में as such कोई problem नहीं होती. Turning radius बहुत tight है. Yes, you know, in city traffic you would not want to really get behind the wheel because it is a fairly long car, quite long. So over 5 meters when you're driving a car this long, you'll have to be careful. So that's the only issue. But again, most of the time people who own a car like an i7, they don't get caught up in these kind of situations. So I think उनके लिए ये issue होना नहीं चाहिए. Overall, I'll say that when it comes to long distance highway cruising and, you know, having that fun behind the wheel, it is a perfect amalgamation of both the worlds.
And for that kind of performance, you need enough range as well. Let's have a look at the charging options.
So this is where you need to plug in to charge the car, and if you manage to get a 195 kilowatt charger जिसके साथ ये compatible है, it will charge it from 10% to 80% in just 34 minutes. And if you find a 150 kilowatt charger, वो इसको charge करेगी from 10 to 80% in roughly about an hour. The 22 kilowatt charger जो इस गाड़ी के साथ standard आपको मिलती है will charge it from 0 to 100% in 5 hours, and the slow 11 kilowatt hour charger will do the same in 10.5 hours. Now, when completely charged, this has a WTP cycle claimed range of 625 kilometers.
With so much on offer, BMW has given it all to the i7 in a bid to make it feel a class above. तो बड़ी obvious सी बात है, it won't come cheap. The BMW i7 xDrive 60 is priced at 1,95 lakh rupees ex-showroom India.
So if you have a pocket this deep, should you consider going for the BMW i7 electric? Well, I agree that it comes at a slight premium over its rivals like the Mercedes-Benz EQS, but for the price you get a car that looks this sexy, a car that is loaded to the brim with all the tech, feature, comforts and features you can imagine, and at the same time is fun behind the wheel and promises opulence to its core. Well, if I have to spend this amount, the BMW i7 electric is sure going to be my pick. I'm Shubham Parasha. You're watching Park Plus, your car app. Do subscribe to the channel, do hit the bell icon to stay notified, and do head to the app for all the updates in the Indian Car Bazaar. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.